I have a theory because I've been thinking a lot about Alice. And I think she doesn't exist. I mean, think about it. Where does she sleep? She doesn't sleep. She disappears when Edward is when Edward is laying to bed. She doesn't interact with the world. Like the biggest clue was when last day when she got out of this shop, instead of opening the door, she went out of the window. Why? I mean, I understand that you might think like, oh, she is just, teenager. She is just hyperactive or stuff. But she hasn't interacted with the world in any way. Every time Edward has to read something to her, he had to remove the body, he had to open the window. She doesn't interact with the world at all.
Lissy?
I'm upstairs.
Oh, she is in Ruth's room. Probably now we'll be able to investigate the...
Teddy? Is that you?
Yeah. Probably now we'll be able to investigate the... oh my god, what is it called? Pictures.
This is her room.
Yeah.
Are you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then... nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever. Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic. I'll help you look.
I was recently editing a video when I was here for the first time, and this book was closed. I was looking at the cover of this book, and now it's opened. Just saying.
Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet, she was 8. This must be the village church.
Yeah.
That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle, Simon and his father on the other.
A community divided.
Yeah.
She found something.
Where's that supposed to be?
A cave. Or the...
Mine. It could be. But what did she find?
something important enough to draw.
A treasure.
That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
Also, I find it interesting that both fathers were had like brown hair. Mothers, I think, as well. But children have blonde hair.
Draugen.
Hey, the undead monster from those folk tales you read.
What an odd book for a child to have.
I don't know. Children love scary stories. This looks interesting. Read some of it to me, please.
I mean, she's 17, she knows how to read, but she's asking me to do this. This is very strange, and don't tell me it's not suspicious.
In Norwegian folklore, the appearance of Draugen, the reanimated corpse of a drowned mariner, heralds death.
Oh, cool.
Draugen haunts the Black Seas in a shattered boat. The beast has a man's body and wears a sou'wester. But instead of a head, there is tangled seaweed, and the revenant's chilling cry freezes mortal blood to ice. Draugen has the power to enter the dreams of the living. If you wake from such a dream, you have been spared, though someone close to you That's enough of that. It's nonsense, of course. Not something a child should be reading.
Do you think Draugen took our boat? Maybe he's out there, on the fjord, waiting for nightfall so he can return to shore.
No.
Your soul lacks poetry, Edward Charles Harden. I pity you.
Oh, I'm so conflicted about Alice because on one hand she can be so annoying and so out of touch, but on the other she keeps him grounded and tells him to, instead of looking for Betty, to...
She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did. It doesn't matter. It tells
Yeah.
us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the world that matters.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh,
Ruth never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
Forbannelsen. The curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's creepy.
Draugen.
It looks a bit like the Draugen in her book.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew.
Looks like the...
It looks like this
Oh.
box under her desk.
Really? Let me see. Pull it out.
Oh, the mystery tickets. It's gonna be some... Oh. Some
What is
trinkets.
this?
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. Well, they belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin. On the doll.
This is where it came from, her collection.
But
In the
where did she
mine.
find these treasures?
If we're to believe her drawing, perhaps the mine. She may have found a gravesite. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do
Yeah, that's what I
terrible
thought.
things.
I think...
There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
Well, she didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic
This
events.
is what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled.
Yeah.
The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
The church bell. Someone's here. Maybe Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble.
Yeah.
I need to get to the church right now.
Wait, isn't it more likely to be the person you saw the other night? We should be careful.
I told you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about... about all of this.
Okay, so we are going to find our first... What? Villager? Is there anything else here? Oh, I can draw. Okay, I mean, the bell can wait. I don't think it will go anywhere. I mean, it could be Betty. I don't think so, because I still think that she's dead. I think Edward is completely alone, and his way of dealing with stuff is just, let's say, his imagination. And this is very interesting that he's clearly an artist, but Alice said that he lacks poetic soul. And to be honest, for me, it's a very strange combination to Don't... Okay, I was about to say, don't tell me it stopped... What's the word? Tolling? To toll a bell, I think? I don't know. English is hard. Okay, so I guess this time the door over here should be opened. Or if not, I should be able to open them. It's gonna turn out it's a goat. The goat is pulling the line. I wonder if I missed something because I went straight to the church. And I know in the games the moment like that means that, ooh, there is something hidden if you don't go straight there. It's a goat. Okay, for a second there I thought it...
July 24th. Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
Those two graves look very fresh. And I wonder if one... Yeah.
All these fresh graves. Do you think that...
Wait.
Maybe...
There's more.
Betty...
I'd know.
But...
You wouldn't understand. Elizabeth and I, we have a bond.
God, Edward. Your obsession with
Yeah.
her is really starting.
Okay, so basically, yeah, they are fresh. These three look pretty fresh because, as you can see, they are not overgrown with... These 4, 5 look pretty fresh. There's a note over there.
Why board up
Oh.
a church?
To keep on
Oh
fishing?
shit.
God is not here.
Well, of course he isn't. You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes, the brook that runs
That's
through.
nature, not God.
Who did this?
Someone had lost their faith.
Can you peek through the boards?
I can try.
See anyone?
No,
Listen! The bell!
I mean, but isn't the
They're
line
still
over
in
here
there.
for the bell? It's probably the wind. I just want to look around. I'll probably be able to draw over here. Okay, there's no way going there. Let's check the other side. Nothing. It will turn out that the
Hello? I heard the bell.
This is giving me
I'm
the
here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
Okay, I thought that there's a door over here or something, but what's the point of this corridor if there isn't a door over here? Or at least a window to pick inside. Come on! And again, Edward is doing everything. And also, to be honest, it looked like it was... What?
Look at that. The Ethel becomes an Edward. I didn't think you had it in you, old fruit.
Be quiet.
No.
Betty? Are you here?
It's gonna be a bird.
Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister, Elizabeth.
Stop shouting, Edward. We're alone. There are only ghosts here.
There are no ghosts.
I don't know about that.
For the bell.
What's this rope for?
The bell.
This is the bell we heard ringing?
I don't see any other bells.
Yeah.
So you have to stand here and pull this rope to ring it.
Yes.
But there was no one here. You didn't see anyone, right?
No. No one.
Ghosts. I'm telling you, it's ghosts. So what happened to the hunchback of Grovik?
They must be here still. There's only the one exit.
Maybe it was the wind.
A church bell's too heavy. It can't have been the wind. I mean... I don't know. Maybe it was the wind. There's no one here.
Let's check out the... Ah,
Lissy,
really?
Betty's gloves. They are definitely Betty's.
Oh, for
She got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day She's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make
Breadcrumbs.
sense.
She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves, her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a labyrinth.
Betty will have left more crumbs.
Betty. You're
I
turning
mean,
into such a pill.
weren't you originally coming here to find Betty? I thought I could have checked the chandelier over here, but it doesn't look like it.
What happened here?
The sign on the door. God is not here. Their faith was challenged, and it didn't survive. They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it. This was an act of desperation and anger.
The final dinner.
The Last Supper. Who taught you about the New Testament?
I pick up on things. Most folks aren't heathens, like you.
That bell still bothers me.
Didn't you say it was the wind?
I guess it could have been the wind.
Once you eliminate the impossible, etc., etc.
Or it could have been that crow, remember? The one who struck the window? Yeah.
What's
Over
that?
a year
The
ago?
last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher, and the language. He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal
Yeah.
old wounds, to forgive, and move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
Forgiveness division. Okay.
Tilly Verandre.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly. But I wonder if they were even here.
Remember
Yeah.
the wedding picture? They were close friends once. How could they allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitors, but the only thing you've
Oh.
betrayed are the bonds that unite us. It sounds like Grovik was split in two, between those who stood by Johann and those who supported
No.
Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
This sermon is from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements.
Curse?
Here's something else. Many of you believe Grovik was cursed 20 years ago. God has not cursed you.
Huh.
This curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame.
So they
for their
blamed each
misfortune.
other. One side blamed Fred.
What are you doing? We're in a church.
Thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in
I
civility.
thought for a second that it's a glitch and she just decided not spawn over there, but Döde?
The church book,
Oh,
a record of births and deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
And Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead,
Her name would be...
vandals. They tore it to pieces.
I don't think the missing pages
Yeah,
left
yeah.
the church. Look,
but there's only one.
How many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here.
There's a second one.
I know. Let's make it a competition. 1-0 to Team Me.
Uh-huh.
I wanted you to find that one. I
There's
know
one
what a
over
rotten
there.
loser you are.
So there's 3.
Found another one.
See, she's not
get
touching
it.
anything
It's
in
right
this
here.
world.
Just one more page missing.
What's highlighted here?
I've never seen you read the Bible before.
I've read the Bible many times. It's an
I
important
agree.
historical document. For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Olden English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still managed to surprise me.
Okay, I thought
sometimes.
that maybe.
Jesus looks
Yeah.
sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Okay,
Heretic.
one more page is missing. Can I probably can't. Is there anything new in here? No, it's not. There's something over there. Oh, there's a page and there's something. A candle, okay. Ooh.
2 for 2. A tie. Good job, Teddy. Old
Stop,
bean.
Lissy. This is not a game. Betty's out there.
Of horse feathers. Stop being so gosh darn tedious, Edward. Bitty, bitty, bitty. Will you ever shut up about your precious Betty?
A bit.
Isn't this a fire hazard?
They're not always lit. Each candle represents a single prayer.
That's a lot of prayers.
There were a lot of
Okay,
deaths.
let's arrange the pages and see. Oh, I didn't have to do that, of course.
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths. Here's the 3rd Fretland brother. The one who died in the cave-in. Someone added the word Forbannelsen, probably quite recently.
What does that mean again?
Curse. That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Oh, shit. Murderer.
Look here. Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died. Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Ward?
Murder.
Who killed him? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half-dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse? What does
Yeah.
that word say?
Friend?
Next to those names at the bottom. For
Traitor.
Fred,
Okay.
Traitor.
So everybody for something it's a curse, but those two Herald something, and there's
Edward? What's wrong?
Final entry. There's no name. Alice, what if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty,
It doesn't mean she's...
she's not dead. She can't be. I know. I know.
Teddy.
I need to see the grave for myself. It's not Betty. Betty's still alive.
Teddy? Where are you going? Don't leave me!
Then come with me.
Edward!
You better not be here, Betty. I'll never forgive you.
It would be this grave because it's the last one.
This one.
It's
unmarked.
What are you doing? Have you gone completely
yes.
mad? Edward, stop it!
Thank God. It's not her. It's not Betty. It's not her.
Oh, Edward. What have you done?
It's not Elizabeth. I was so afraid.
You're a monster.
But I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister like
Or
that.
what? Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing her. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just leave me be.
Fine.
Ha! Knew it.
Lizzie? Alice? Come back. Don't leave me alone. Please. Come back.
I knew it.
Need you.
I knew it.